this is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.
In the squadron, they called him Bullets, but we call him Greg Kelly. Greg Kelly is on the air
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
When's the last time you had a good orange? Oh, my God. So amazing. The fruit that God gave us, orange. Oh, my God. Once I got on a fruit kick, a bit of a vegetable kick. You know, the food that he made, so much better than this crap. You know, why would I want Fruit Loops? Orange flavored. Those little things are supposed to be orange flavored. There's no orange in that stuff. Why not have an orange? Especially now. It's spring, I guess, right? It's warmer in Florida. Anyway, somebody brought in a whole basket full of beautiful, huge oranges that strangely do not have any pits. Why is that? Are they genetically modified? Anybody remember? Yeah, you sure about that? I don't know about that. I remember not having, pits in my oranges when I was, oh, hello. What are you doing?
I just wanted to answer the question.
Well, okay, have a seat if you must.
No, I don't.
No, I have a seat. This is not how it works around here.
I just wanted to answer the question. You were communicating with the class.
You're gonna run in with fake information.
It's not fake information.
What is the information? Tell me.
They're hybrids. They crossbreed them. Some don't have seeds. Some are easy to peel. Some are not so easy to peel. Some are sweeter. Some are more sour. It's all, the crossbreeding.
Is it genetic?
But they all have their different genetic.
No. Is it genetic? Are they GMOs? Are they genetically modified?
Oh no, well not that. I don't think so. No, it's more about natural crossbreeding. You take this species of orange, you crossbreed it with the other cross. You
don't know anything about oranges.
Yes, I do.
How do you know about this stuff?
Because I know that the Sumo oranges that I really love, they're amazing. They are a cross between a Mandarin orange and a different kind of orange. The key being that the Mandarins are sweet and they don't have seeds.
So, first of all, I don't really care.
All right. That's
sometimes I'm just, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm musing. It doesn't mean I forgot what the other day, somebody came running in to the newsroom because the head of Germany, I said, what's this guy's name? Merz. Like Fred Merz from the I Love Lucy.
Yeah, but it's pronounced in a weird way.
Who gives a damn? And he comes running in to say, it's Muzz.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was John Terrett.
I was already in my,
It knocked you off.
I Love Lucy phase.
All right.
I don't know, and I don't care.
I'd like to.
And it's not even important to know. Now, I know this, that I had my first seedless. Oh, gosh damn it. Now I'm talking about dumb navel oranges. Navel oranges. You know about navel oranges?
Right,
you know about navel oranges?
Navel.
Right. That's when they suck out the pit through that thing.
Pit. Well, oranges don't have pits.
Yes, they do.
Pit?
You don't even know. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know.
Oranges don't have pits. They have seeds. You're talking about
pit is seeds, pits.
Oh,
it's the same thing.
Okay. You know what? You don't want it. You're not into the fruit conversation. So,
well,
I walked right into that one.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm not into fruit conversations or fruits. I love produce, though.
Right. We love produce.
Fruits is what we used to call gay people.
That's true.
And we don't anymore. But maybe we should bring that back.
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, James here is gay.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, you thank you. I remember the first time you told me that you were married to a man, and you were like, well, edgy about it, right?
That's not true. I was not edgy about it. That's
pushing
ridiculous.
my buttons. You were pushing my buttons. You wanted me to react. And I almost did
Don't
react.
You know that's the whole reason I did it, is to get a reaction.
Yes, that's my husband, Joe, or whatever. Like you wanted.
Oh, that's nice. You do know his name.
I thought it was a little bit disrespectful. Not only of me, but the institution of marriage.
The airwaves, the station, New York City in general.
Don't you think that the LGBTQ thing has gone a little bit too far?
Yeah, I think we share common ground on that. No question.
You could help the matter by getting divorced.
That's ridiculous. That's totally ridiculous.
Well, actually, you don't have to get divorced. You know why? Because it really never happened.
I see.
What do we call it? You would get annulled.
You know what?
Annulled.
Whatever exists in your mind in terms of the realities surrounding my life, that's fine.
My mind. This world. The world.
Yeah.
The world.
Right.
There are certain things, James, when you figured out you were gay, that you had to say, you know what? I can't do that. I'm never going to be able to do that, which is reasonable. There are certain things that I can't do, right? I can't do. Certain things that I can't do.
Like dunk a basketball.
No, I mean, like, for instance, I am married and I have children and I have responsibilities. Like, I can't go be in the theater. See, this is the big thing about, this is why I think it's a problem. Because God, I believe, now people disagree with me, but I think God made you gay for whatever reason.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I think is so you would be unencumbered with children and marriage.
But you know that I want children and we're trying to adopt.
Don't make me call the cops.
Oh, wow. Don't make me walk out of here.
Well,
no,
listen,
I told you the one time that I did get mad at you because
I have to say, all right, look, let's avoid that for the time being.
Okay.
I feel like you could listen. Gay people,
you're adjusting your seat.
Gay people are unencumbered with the things of family, so they can pursue the arts.
That's a fascinating take.
But why is it
totally off base?
Why is it that 99% of the people in the arts, especially Broadway, happen to be gay?
I think that that's probably a nuanced discussion that has a lot of different answers. I mean, why do people come together in any given demographic and group and tend to follow that same walk of life or pursuit?
I think
I don't know.
It's because, like, and you are, like, on a weekend when I got to take my kids here, there, and everywhere, a person who is gay can sit down and write a musical.
Okay. That's fascinating.
Or not a musical.
So let me ask you this, right? When you were in your early 40s, late 30s, early 40s, did you have kids then?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
Were you writing a lot of Broadway musicals at that time?
No, I was leading a life that was not productive.
Oh, okay.
I was not being productive. I was drinking. I was carousing. I was partying.
Yeah.
I was I was leading.
So that's what I should be doing.
No. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting, and I wish I had spent my time more fruitfully. But look, I mean, if you don't believe me, think of the prominent lesbian. Her name is Annie Leibovitz, Fran Lebowitz.
Okay.
And she said the whole beauty of being gay is you don't have to get married and you don't have to join the military. Why did we ruin that? Why did we ruin that?
Well, because I think that the truth of the matter is that your sexuality or whoever it may be you're attracted to or in a relationship with really doesn't have any bearing on the other aspects of your life.
I wish more gay people felt the same way, to be honest.
A lot of them do, though. But that's the thing. Like, there's a whole subset of any given people and demographic who say, I just want to live and let live. And that's true when it comes to race. It's true when it comes to gender. It's true when it comes to sexuality. Yes, there's people who sort of weaponize the group to sell books or get on TV or make a lot of money, become a professor. No question.
I mean, look, the LGBTQ thing, and now everything is sexuality. We got to
everything's also race.
We got to a point where Drag Time Story Hour for Children is happening in New York City, and complaining about it is considered a hate crime. And I do believe that gay marriage.
By who? By Brad Lander?
In other words, city officials.
Yeah.
Government.
But is there an actual law? Did I miss the news?
Local government.
But it's not.
A woman was kicked off the council, the student board, student teacher board, the PTA essentially.
Right.
For advocating for a reevaluation of the trans curriculum and the policies.
I think that's ridiculous that you would be kicked off.
But that's the wild thing. I mean, like, the community is such that it is so warped, it is so gone, it is so off the cliff.
But who is it that's actually making those decisions? Is it transgender people? Is it even gay people? Or is it just Karens who are worried about what their perception of their level of caring is going to be? Or
it doesn't matter who's actually in the moment tactically making those decisions, but strategically, this is where we are. And I believe it happened as a result of gay marriage. And please, like Barack Obama in 2008, I'm opposed to gay marriage. I feel like civil unions. I feel like celebrating something that, quite frankly, should be private, right? There is man and woman. It's in the Bible. At the time, I probably said, sure, why not? But now now I know why not. Because it opened the door for something that is, I think, slowly but surely, like the agenda, I think, is population diminishment. Having fewer people. Fewer heterosexual couples means fewer children, means fewer people. You got a bigger problem with the fact that straight people are waiting to get married. They're not necessarily prioritizing having children. So I think your bigger problem is in the straight community. Look at these straights over here. No. Wasting a lot of time. Get some families going. Well, that too, probably. I mean, it's a bigger deal, right? It's not a bigger deal. It's all part of the conversation. Look, you were saying that you think it's great because gay people can go write the next great Broadway musical. Now you're suggesting they're the fault of the downfall of society. I mean, that's kind of, and that doesn't connect. Well, it's one thing to be asexual or gay, right, in your own life. But now we have made the LGBTQ mission basically synonymous with half the political system. And the Democrat Party believes fully in everything, the most radical LGBTQ agenda you can come up with. For the Democratic Party? Well, I'm just saying half of the country, that's where they are. That's where they are right now. That's where that is. So I am, and I know how we got here. We got here by little baby steps, and I think it's a bad place for the country, and that everything should be, sanctified. I mean, we've had Supreme Court cases. If I don't want to celebrate somebody's gay wedding, like I don't have to, and I shouldn't be. But now there are people who actually say, no, you must, and if you don't, you are guilty of discrimination. You certainly do not have to celebrate my gay wedding. It's too late anyway. Yeah. How long have you guys been married anyway? Coming up on, it'll be 4 years this coming summer. 4 years this coming summer. What could I get you? What could I get you guys for your anniversary? But it sounds like you want to call the cops. No, I don't think I'll call the cops. Oh, you're not going to? No. That's nice. That's nice. And I'm not going to call the Klan either. Shut up. Who said that? I'm not calling the Klan. Yep. Nice. I'm not calling the Klan. No, I don't want to attribute that to anybody. That was not so. Oh, I thought he said Klan. He held up a sign that said Klan. All right. Well, he's just reminding you of your weekend plans. Now that you came. No, I'm not like that. You know I'm not like that. Even if no, your marriage is responsible for the downfall of society. It's amazing. Oh, you want to adopt children? Let's call the cops. Well, I mean, look, there was a time not too long ago that some of the things that are mainstream right now, right, would have gotten you in trouble with the law. For instance, Letitia James, the state attorney general, hosting publicly as the state attorney general Drag Time Story Hour for children. How about the fact that she's pressuring M.Y. Langone to restart the gender reassignment surgery? So this is, by the way, I'm the crazy person. I am the unreasonable person, right? And seriously, right here in the dynamics. You save that audio for me? Thanks. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for dropping by. Thank you. It started with a conversation about fruit. Yeah, you kind of shoehorned your way in here. I kind of did, yeah. Yeah, because this is how you want things to be now, huh? Exactly. Yeah, well, All right. That's the last time I give you any insight into oranges. Thank you, James. I do appreciate you. I love you, but not in a gross way. Oh, not in that way. Okay. Not in a gross way. All right, but good. I appreciate you're a sensitive guy, also in a reasonable, manly way. And look, I'm going to ask for your apology in advance. All right, because I'm going to say things that you are going to not like right now, or do I have time? Going forward. Oh, it happens all the time. Well, I know, but the things that make you storm out of the room and get all angry, you shouldn't get angry. No, you should not get angry. Okay. No, you should not get angry at me. That's fair. All right? Yeah, I actually think you're right about that. You have to internalize it, and it's not about you, it's about the principle. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Now get the hell out of here. I will be right back.
Greg Kelly on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hey, a bit of a falling out. Is it real between Tucker Carlson and President Trump? President Trump basically kicked him out of MAGA. Tucker said, hey, listen, whatever President Trump says about me, I will always love the man. This is, I've seen this before. We've had hiccups. I just go back to 2024. Whenever somebody tells me, you really shouldn't like that guy anymore, I think about what Tucker did in 24 at the Madison Square Garden, that beautiful speech endorsing President Trump, one of the best political speeches I've ever seen in my life. And the other one was Elon Musk when he said, Donald Trump must win. The First Amendment is to protect free speech. And if he's not elected, we will lose it. And we'll also lose the Second Amendment. And the Second Amendment is second because it's there to protect the First. He was really, yes, it's true. You need weapons. If the government gets out of hand, we need it. Now, what's going to happen? Who is President Trump going to endorse in this Texas situation? John Cornyn or Ken Paxton? So there was a rumor going around yesterday that they were drafting up a statement to endorse John Cornyn. And then Ken Paxton comes out and says, I'm running no matter if he endorses me or not. And that apparently and understandably kind of ticked off President Trump. So I don't know. And something could happen imminently. Imminently, there could be an endorsement from President Trump. You know what he's done before when he likes both guys? He'll endorse both guys. And this might be one of those races where you could. Maybe you do, because either Cornyn or Paxton beats this punk, Tallarico. I do not like him. There's nothing good about that guy. I thought he was, for a moment, I thought he was more impressive than he actually is. I saw a speech that was okay, but then I sat down and I watched the whole thing. He's full of it. He's like another Pete Buttigieg. All right? Do not be... Paxton can beat him. Cornyn can beat him. There's no way Mr. Transgender people need abortions, and I will fight for that when I'm in the state capitol. Tallarico can win in a place like Texas. I'm going to say it's next. It's impossible. When's the last time? I know every couple of years we have this big thing. Oh, Texas is going to go blue, right? Remember when Beto ran against Ted Cruz? It was going to go blue then, and it didn't. Who was the other guy who ran against, there's another guy who ran against, I can't remember his name, Allred or somebody like that. He lost. So I think Ted Cruz is going to be just fine. I think John Cornyn is going to be just fine. Maybe it's the other guy. We don't have to worry about it. One other thing about that. They told us it was possibly going to go for Kamala. They thought Texas was going to go for Kamala in 2024. It's a giant fake out, okay? People who have access to more data than I will be helping the president make his decision. But we're going to win Texas, okay? You can write it down, as George W. Bush once said correctly about Florida.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, as we watch a professional military campaign in full swing against the radicals in Iran, it's interesting to remember and look back on what a pathetic military leadership we had under Mark Milley. And where the hell is that guy, Mark Milley? Mark the Mutineer Milley. Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, he is under investigation. I know that we put out a big edict. They were going to look at him because I think that we have the goods that this son of a bitch broke the law. And I don't want to hear about the statute of limitations. This was mutiny right here. You say it's a long time ago. You can't let this thing go unaddressed. You can't have this level of insubordination and just say it's okay. It's not. In the heat of Black Lives Matter, in the heat of a the presidential election campaign, the chief military advisor to the president goes on TV and says this. Are we ready with that? The thing? Okay, go ahead.
As many of you saw the result of the photograph of me at Lafayette Square last week, that sparked a national debate about the role of the military in civil society. I should not have been there. My presence in that moment and in that environment created a perception of the military involved in domestic politics. As a commissioned uniformed officer, It was a mistake that I have learned from, and I sincerely hope we all can learn from it.
We all can learn.
We who wear the cloth of our nation come from the people of our nation, and we must hold dear the principle of an apolitical military that is so deeply rooted in the very essence of our.
All right, so that's mutinous stuff right there. And it's not that deeply rooted. It's not deeply rooted in the Constitution. It's deeply rooted in the commission that you accepted, that you would obey the orders of the commander-in-chief. That's what this whole crap about I support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Hey, we have a Supreme Court to figure out what the Constitution says. The commission that you have in your possession was signed by the President of the United States, and it specifically says you're to obey his orders and the orders of the officers appointed over you, which included the Secretary of Defense. So I have more evidence of what a treacherous bastard he is, and there has to be some accountability. Number one, he apologized. Remember this? That was the day that President Trump appeared with the Bible in front of the church, as if that was a crime. There was no picture of Milley that day, except when they were walking over. Milley was 20 feet behind the guy. 20 feet, like he was trying to keep his distance, sucking up to Nancy Pelosi. Oh, I understand. This man is a danger. He's a threat to democracy. So here's a moment that happened when Milley got the job as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. It's very, very illuminating, okay? Very interesting. Do we have it? All right, this is the ceremony at Fort Myer. And you're about to hear somebody sing God Bless America. And just listen to it, okay? Go ahead.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her to the light with the light from above.
So, what's going on there? Why did that guy sound like that? Because he was seriously wounded in war, right? And comes back, and they say this is musical therapy. Guess who they didn't tell? They didn't tell President Trump. President Trump is at this ceremony, and all of a sudden, this guy starts singing that way. Right? He was taken aback by it momentarily. I would be taken aback if I didn't have any heads up. Wait a second. What the hell's going on? Is that guy drunk? What's happening here? All right. He figured out what was going on, that the man had been horribly wounded in war. And General Milley thought it would be cute to have him sing the national anthem. Now that is that's debatable. I hate to say it, but that's debatable. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I don't know. It's just one of those things that you have a discussion about. Part of me thinks it's exploitive. Part of me thinks it's a little bit shocking. Part of me thinks that it's inappropriate. Part of me also thinks that it's beautiful. I don't know. A lot of things can be said about that. The president, after the song, goes over to Sergeant Avila and his wife and hugs them to the cows. I've never seen President Trump so overcome with emotion, and I've never seen him initiate a hug like that. It was a 2-minute hug. He goes in for a second round of hug. He's hugging them. He's clapping. He's crying. He's hugging. He's clapping. He's crying. It's an amazing display. Anyway, what I believe happened is sometime later, the president may or may not have had a discussion with Milley about, is that a good idea? Which is a legitimate, worthy discussion to have among professionals, right? Commander-in-chief, right? What did Milley do? He went and bitched and moaned. The president said he didn't like it. I think he totally mischaracterized it. He went and leaked to the Atlantic magazine. They wrote this whole big thing up. Oh, President Trump doesn't care about the troops. President Trump was insensitive. Then I actually saw it. I saw what happened. You can't see it in a magazine article. You can't see it in the radio. But the way President Trump went over to hug those people and to have that not be part of the story, it's amazing what they will do to stop him, or what they did to stop him, but it didn't work. It did not work. 800-848-9222. 800-848-9222. Anybody check on Tim Walz lately? Tim Walz, why does he keep coming to these hearings? If anything, I would possibly look into, do I have to follow this subpoena? Cut 24. This is Brandon Gill, talking about, well, first of all, here's Tim Walz just trying to explain himself. Cut 23, please. Cut 23.
But he was licensed in your state under your law that you signed about a year and a half ago.
Every day we give licenses and people speed. So we ticket them and try and stop that. What I'm telling you is I don't understand the connection between...
He's here illegally. He can't read, and he got a license under your provisions, and he's driving all across the country, imperiling everybody else.
I can't speak to the specifics. Cut 24, please.
Yep, and would you agree that as governor, ultimately you're responsible if tax dollars are defrauded?
Yes, I would agree.
Yep. Would you also agree that calling somebody racist is a serious accusation?
If they are racist, I think it's probably
I'm asking
accurate.
is that a serious accusation to make about somebody?
I think it's just an observation of reality.
All right, well, let's go there. Is it racist for a government official to identify fraud?
No.
No. Is it Islamophobic?
To identify fraud?
To identify fraud?
No, I don't believe it would be.
How come multiple whistleblowers have said that your administration told them not to say anything about widespread fraud across multiple agencies because doing so would be considered racist or Islamophobic?
I can't speak to it because it's not anything I would say.
Well, that's what your administration has said and has told whistleblowers, and as you just testified, the buck stops with you. That's what you stated in your statement whenever you announced you weren't running again.
How about that? I don't know why these guys, it's interesting. What comes of these hearings? You know, sometimes I think they're maybe designed for social media appeal. What politician would do that, right? Have you ever heard of such a thing? Gail, hello.
Hi, Greg.
Hi there.
I just want to say about 10 years ago, I'm a former dental hygienist. I had a gay male couple, who adopted, I'm going to say, about 3 children who nobody else wanted. I think that was how they were able to do that. And I was impressed with them. They were educators, and they were kind of like me as a parent. You know, I always wanted to expose my kids to every lesson and this and that. So I filled in the office in recent times, and the kids are in college, and they're wonderful. So I just wanted to give a shout out. I'm not judgmental of anybody's opinions about gay marriage, but I just wanted to make the comment that these kids turned out beautifully.
You know, I mean, I don't know what that has to do with the issue. I really don't. I just don't. All right. You know, I can't believe that on conservative talk radio, I'm being singled out for coming out against gay marriage. All right. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't. And that the door has been opened to that. It's been open to a lot of other crazy crap, Gail. You know it and I know it. No disrespect to anyone and their achievements. But let's face it, there have been convicted murderers who have had sons who have gone on to be university presidents and senators, for crying out loud. I don't think it has anything to do with the parents. I'm taken aback. I'm taken aback a little bit. All right. This is the same. You know, it's funny, interesting. It's like conservatives. I heard somebody say conservatives, being conservative these days is like having the liberal position of 6 years ago. Right? We're like the liberals of 6 years ago. It seems conservative, but we are inexorably moving to the left, 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 to the left. Hey, thank you, Gail. But here's Anita. Anita's got a beef with it as well. I mean, geez, Anita, all right, maybe you would be happier on WLIB or something like that if they're still on the air. All right. There are plenty of places you can go for, LGBTQ is the greatest thing ever. And gay marriage, how dare you speak out against it? I don't know. Inexorably, this country is moving to the left, and we need people to stand up, even when it's uncomfortable, and even when our friends are involved, to say, So I got a little note. Hi, Anita. How are you?
Hi. How are you? I agree with you in some ways. I'm not going to say I agree with gay marriage or anything. That's not why I called in. But I think maybe you're comparing, like, I know you think that starting as like a gay couple, like James Flippin's discussing, and then you're comparing it maybe, or maybe you think it turns into a Tallarico. But it doesn't. It doesn't. There's all different levels of craziness. And do you not think that heterosexual marriages, like, there's crazy people. They don't treat their children well. Like, how do you
we don't have a billion set of laws for every person, right? The laws are by kind of definition, they're categorical, right? They're categories. And in my opinion, and this being what was allegedly, according to our founding fathers, a Judeo-Christian society, right? That we would lay down, laws and customs that are in accordance or certainly don't make a mockery of Judeo-Christian values, right? I mean, yes, there are all kinds of things, but there are all kinds of variations. We don't have a law for everything, but we have a law for the generally speaking. And I think it's a reasonable position. I think it's very reasonable. And you think about everything that has happened since, it's utterly insane. It's utterly insane. Who's my friend? That woman. She got up and she said, no more drag time story hour for children in the damned public schools. And they kicked her off the PTA for saying it. And for anybody who thought Eric Adams was normal, he's the one who kept that drag time story hour for children. I don't know. I mean, I'm finding myself getting, I don't know, Anita. I feel like we have laws and they should reflect something. And I know there are plenty of exceptions to the rule, but it's still a rule. Everything else okay with you?
Yes, thank you. I feel like you're a little homophobic. Please don't take this
give me a
wrong,
break. Homophobic. When did we come up with that stupid word? Homophobic. First of all, by the way, gay people don't like being called homosexuals. I will tell you this, though, Anita. I'm transphobic, or at least trans nervous, all right? You never know what the hell you're getting with them. And I'm a little bit apprehensive. Fortunately, it doesn't come up all that often. All right? Homophobic. You know how much easier my life would have been if I were gay? You know how many more opportunities I've had in broadcast? How many executives wouldn't mind if I were gay because, that means he's not interested in any of the girls that we like so much. Oh, if I were gay, Anderson Cooper, get the hell out of the way. I would be on 60 Minutes and Fox and CBS and NBC all at the same time. With a game show, too. Yes, that's what happens. There is a gay mafia. It's a real thing, and they look out for each other. And, by the way, I think that I actually like how they do that. I actually like how gay people look out for other gay people in a way that heterosexual men do not for each other. Heterosexual Christian men, Jewish men, Judeo-Christian, do not look out for each other the way gay people look out for each other. And that's a shame. And I'm trying to fix that in my own little way. Thank you, Anita. Homophobic. How dare you say that to me? Just kidding, Anita. I'll be right back. Oh, but before I go, I have to tell you guys something very, very important. Experts say this flu season is the worst we've seen in years. Either way, you know how this goes. Every year, someone in my family gets sick. Then everyone gets sick, and suddenly you're fighting to see a doctor or stuck waiting in a crowded urgent care. Not this year. I am ready. I ordered a medical emergency kit, and it's been a lifesaver. My kit is stocked with essential prescription medication, antibiotics like a generic Z-Pak to help you recover faster, amoxicillin for pneumonia, strep throat, ear infections, plus prescriptions for nausea, UTIs, and they've got ivermectin in there. It's simple. Match your symptoms in the guidebook or call the telemedicine doctor standing by. Start treatment early. Feel better faster. No waiting rooms. No pharmacy lines. I love my emergency medical kit. I do. I love it. You should get one too. $45 off. I got you if you use my promo code Greg. UrgentCareKit.com/Greg. UrgentCareKit.com/Greg. Promo code Greg.
Greg Kelly, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Another word on this war that we're engaged in, this major combat operations in Iran. It's interesting to me. We don't have congressional authorization. We don't have UN approval. We don't have buy-in by the fake news, of course. Yet it's totally righteous. You know, the worst war of my lifetime that I vividly remember, hell, I was there, the invasion of Iraq and the subsequent occupation. Guess what that war had? UN authorization, congressional authorization, and total buy-in from the media. And actually the American people, right? They were all into it. And it turned out to be such a disaster. It's so fascinating. And those institutions, as we know, are corrupt. The United Nations, Congress, right? Media, totally corrupt. So the fact that there is no such kind of authorization kind of suggests to me that this is, it further confirms to me that what we're doing in Iran is the right thing. If they have the UN condemning it, they're trying to pass resolutions in Congress to stop it, and you have to have the media complaining about it every step of the way, that tells me, I mean, it's just symptomatic of something that is very, very beautiful, okay? Necessary and at times horrific and grim, but overall key. It's good. Rich Lowry is a fair weather friend to President Trump, but I think he's got it here. Self-serving glory hound Kristi Noem got the heave-ho she deserved. At times, you could be forgiven for having thought that Kristi Noem wanted to be a uniformed Department of Homeland Security officer rather than the Secretary of the Department. Now, the cabinet member most inclined to glamour shots out in the field is going to have to go back to wearing civilian clothes. For all his trademark firings during The Apprentice and the rapid turnover of his first term, President Trump has been loath to oust top officials this time around. Noem is the exception, and she's earned the dubious distinction. Incompetent and preposterously self-promoting, Noem took a serious role and made it like something out of the HBO political spoof Veep. The Wall Street Journal recently published a devastating report on her time at the department, which she ran in close partnership with the man with whom she's been rumored to be having an affair, former Trump consultant Corey Lewandowski. It was a little like Antony and Cleopatra on the Potomac, except the empire was a sprawling bureaucracy and the show was farce rather than tragedy. According to the Journal, Lewandowski fired a Coast Guard pilot who left Noem's blanket behind on another plane. And then when they reached their destination, they reinstated him because there wasn't anyone else to fly them home. Reportedly, Noem tracked how often Tom Homan, the border czar who supplanted her in Minneapolis, was on television and sought to outpace him. She was on Fox News an awful lot. An awful lot. Wow. That's what they all want, Fox News TV shows. The Journal related that Lewandowski was desperate to get a federally issued gun and badge and exacted retribution against those who didn't cooperate. He failed to get the gun, but apparently got the badge. DHS officials denied much of the Journal story, but if even a fraction of it was true, it was damning. They can't do that. And that $220 million contract on herself and that stupid commercial. I came out and said, give her the heave-ho last December. And my beautiful MAGA, a chunk of it turned against me once again. That's okay, but we got to remember we can have disagreement among friends. Right.
Thanks for listening to The Greg Kelly Show. You can hear The Greg Kelly Show weekdays at 12:15 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Rural Americans deserve access to the best our nation has to offer, especially when it comes to health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families' health. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.